Everyone, I am happy to do videos about any aspect of of Bitcoin. So I am going to give you a quick, tour to whatever of the last 21 years and give you some ideas of the stuff that's in my head in case you want to hear about it as it relates to Bitcoin. Okay, so I built Bomgar Corporation from 2003 to 2014, so that was 11 years. So I spent the first half of that spending thousands of hours studying business strategy, marketing, branding, all that sort of stuff. As soon as I hit the point of diminishing return on that, I spent thousands of hours studying politics, public policy, economics, human behavior, all that sort of stuff, which ultimately led to the 8 years I spent in the House of Representatives as an elected official. Then I spent thousands of hours studying startup societies, free private cities, network states, seasteading, free private cities, essentially all of the things that go into what we are doing on the island of Roatan in the Caribbean right now with Prospera, where I've been investing and spending time since 2017, and as full-time as president of Prospera, reporting to the founder, CEO, and chairman Eric Bremen for the last 3 years. I've been full-time doing that, and then I've spent the last, 3 or 4 years, all of these overlap. So when I'm working on one thing, I'm always also studying another thing and the thing I'm already working on. So I've been studying Bitcoin, started interest in it in 2017, and studied quite a bit back then, but way, way, way more since 2020, really the last 3 or 4 years. So I have spent just thousands upon thousands of hours reading books, audiobooks, podcasts, every conceivable thing I can find online. I use an app called VoiceDream, and VoiceDream will translate literally anything into a voice. So PowerPoint presentations, Word documents, PDFs, articles online. Basically, I'm just constantly mining new information and either reading it when I find it, or if I don't have time to read it when I find it, it goes into VoiceDream, and that creates effectively a playlist of content that it reads to me that started in written form, in some form of written form. So I've got thousands of hours of all of that in my head. So just related to the many thousands of hours I've spent studying Bitcoin, I've studied monetary policy, the history of all of that, how the US dollar came into existence, how monetary systems have evolved over time, the origins of money, the origins of Bitcoin, tons of time on how Bitcoin came about, the early battles related to Bitcoin, the ideological, different opinions on Bitcoin. I've read every conceivable book that's ever been written that was anti-Bitcoin, anti-blockchain, or anti-cryptocurrency. Literally my favorite genre of all genres right now, my favorite genre is anti-Bitcoin literature. And the reason, of course, when you got 96% of your liquid net worth in something, if you're wrong about that bet, you really, really, really want to know it as soon as possible. And I just love reading anyone who thinks they found some sort of chink in the armor or some sort of reason that Bitcoin will not be the future monetary system of the world. I love reading that sort of content. And I read it through the lens of, has this person thought of something I haven't thought of? Or have they found an angle I haven't thought of? Or an attack vector? Or a possibility that things play out in a way that is different than what I anticipate? And I just love that genre. So when I'm looking through the latest editions on audible.com, or when I'm Googling the word Bitcoin and just reading all the recent articles of the last 24 hours or the last week or whatever it is, that's the number one thing I click on, is anything that is anti-Bitcoin. It doesn't matter who wrote it, The Guardian, Financial Times, anything that's written that is anti-Bitcoin is the very first thing I read, just to see if I'm missing something. And every time I read an anti-Bitcoin something, it makes me buy more Bitcoin, because I always come to the conclusion that, seriously, this is the best you could do. This is the strongest argument you have, is some lame new spin on something that I've heard 1,000 times before, that's been debunked a bunch more times, and all of that. So anyway, I've just got, thousands of hours in my head about monetary policy, monetary history, economics, monetary theory, what makes good money, the elements of a good money, how monies come into existence, why monies go out of existence, why good money replaces bad money, or the reverse in certain situations. I've just got all this stuff in my head, and I am happy to do Facebook videos about any of it. I enjoy doing videos, and the number one reason I don't do more of them is just because I can't think of anything I haven't talked about yet. And then when I think of something I haven't talked about yet, I fire up Facebook and I do a live video. So happy to do more videos. I just can't think of the things that I should do more videos about. just because, it's hard to think of new content when I've already done a ton of videos about a ton of stuff. But if anything I've gone through about any of that makes you want me to do a video about anything, please message me or text me, and I will do a video about just about anything, any aspect of anything, the game theory behind why people act the way they do, the logic behind why certain things are happening in Bitcoin, the technical underpinnings of why Bitcoin works the way it is. Anything you send me, if I think it has a broader audience than just a reply just to you, I will do a video about it. So if you got anything, send it my way. I enjoy doing videos.